Come on. Let's go. Get hooked up here. There we go. We're live. All right. Hello, Doug, Amy, Tommy. We'll tag it out. Let's see if I can tag. Let me do an ad. That's what I need to do. There we go. All right. Everybody's getting here. What's happening, people? I'm kind of running behind here. I'm finishing up dinner. I'm almost done, so I'm gonna take a few bites here as we line in. Got a few comments. A lot of people checking in. Kind of let that happen as I take my last few bites, and then we'll get rolling. What camera thing there? All right, who all we got? So I've already named a few of you guys. Paul Baird, Nick Blades, Tommy Jeffries, what's happening? Please no rain. I think we're good, Tommy. Tammy Farrow, what's up, Tammy? Jennifer, J Black and J Black, Jennifer and Jeremy Black joined. Cool that it put it on one line. That's pretty good. Ryan Palumba, Scott Hutchins from Wichita Falls, Texas. Well, I don't know. Are you exactly Wichita Falls? You might be Agua Park. I can't remember which one's which. Doug Jeffrey, what's up? Amy B with the hi. Hunter Ferriton, Clay Hasty, John Shears. Ryan, what's up? Paul Baird, that's tasty looking beverage you got. Well, I'm drinking my water right now because I'm still chasing my dinner. But we got some tasty beverages here we'll talk about. Daryl Stilson. Scott Hutchins in Texas. John Shears. What's happening, John? Oh, Jeremy's at Hideaway Pizza. Nice. What's up, Emmy? The wrong Hideaway Pizza. Replying to Jennifer. Okay, so I guess there's a little something going on there between Jennifer and Jeremy about the wrong Hideaway, but yeah. Asa, good evening. Philip State and Bikes, you know what? Okay, sorry, I'm fixing to be gross here. There we go. Sorry. I'm picking pork chops out of my teeth. Trip Harrison, what's happening? All right, so yeah, we got I'm staying in tune here with my Team Wine Box. Got a little Cabernet Sauvignon this time. I think I'm going to go back to Merlot. Haven't had Merlot in a while. But right now, this is it. All right, Scott says Wichita Falls. Iowa Park is Big Tex. That's right. I knew it was one of those two. I couldn't remember. Stacy Cook, what's happening? Hey, Stacy, I was going to message you earlier, and I heard about your wreck. So I'll message you later and check in. Amber Simon, what's happening? So yeah, drinking a little Yingling here. We picked some of that up on our trip this weekend as we moseyed over to Arkansas. Still can't get it in Oklahoma, although we can get it across the border now. So that is kind of nice. And I guess it's kind of like the PBR of, I don't know, East Coast, whatever, wherever it came from, I don't even know. So it's pretty tasty. Good stuff. Amber Simon. Oh, I already said Amber. Lori McCarty, Kevin Snyder. So, Lori, saw you this weekend briefly with Heidi. So, can you just top me off, please? Thank you, sir. And maybe take care of that for me. Get a little refill here. So Lori won off with no preparation, her first Ouachita challenge. So that's pretty impressive with no preparation for an event like that. And it's crazy hard, but she finished, I think. Didn't suit times. I just kind of saw a few posts on Facebook. So I guess I should start with my welcome, which I always forget and I attempt to do. And now that we're 5 minutes in, I'll say, welcome to the weekly Wizard Update. I guess April version, day after April Fool's version. And I'm Corey White, the Wizard, and I kind of do a little bit of everything cycling. So yeah, just sit her down. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I don't know. I do everything that requires my wheels to be on the ground. I don't do all the jumpy stuff, but I do mountain bike. I do cyclocross, road, gravel. Dabble in a lot of little things. So, cycling related, I love it, but mountain bike's my love. And that's what we mostly talk about here. That's what we're going to talk about today. So again, as usual, as I talk along, Brandon Malott, what's happening, brother? Congratulations and good job this weekend. You killed Ouachita as well. So nice. But as I talk along and as I hit my subjects and things that I'm talking about, if you guys have questions, comments, it doesn't have to necessarily be related to what I'm talking about. If you just have some questions about Tour de Dirt, cycling, I don't know, whatever's in your world, just pop it out there and I'll try to answer, or I'll find someone that can answer you, or I'll write it down in my little handy dandy notebook and I'll make it a subject for another day. And we'll talk more about that subject then. So yeah. Stephen Cordes, what's happening? Steve Slagle joined. Boy, all right. We got all kinds of people checking in. That's awesome. Good to see you guys. So let's get right after it. We've got several things to talk about today. Well, I don't say we got a lot of things to talk about, but I'm only going to talk about 3 main subjects unless other things come up. I'm going to lead out with Ouachita Challenge. That was this past weekend. Big event. Everybody in our region and states outside of that go to. Basically, Arkansas, Texas, Kansas, Missouri. We all schedule around Ouachita Challenge just simply because it's turned into. I mean, it's. I guess I'm not even sure how long it's been going on now. I figure probably 15 plus years. So, yeah, I think so. I don't know. It's been a long time. I've been doing it for years. I laid off of it for a while, but I can't even remember the first one I went to. It's so long ago. Most of the people that are doing it now, even in cycling, when I was doing Ouachita the first time. So, yeah. Anyway, so Ouachita Challenge is going to be the first topic. Then we're going to move on into talking about the Fool's Dozen, which is our next and upcoming Tour de Dirt race, which is happening this weekend. It's going to be awesome. Have some important news about the trail and the course layout, and also just the general plan for the weekend for Fool's Dozen. And then I'm going to move on into talking about Peddler's Bash, which is the weekend after. And man, knock on wood, unless something like totally hits me, from unexpected, I think I may actually have an off weekend on Easter. This has been the biggest block of racing, or the hardest block of racing I think I've ever done. I mean, I always do huge blocks of racing. I mean, you guys know me. I mean, I back-to-back races all the time, and it's usually not that significant. I mean, mostly, you recover, you train, you move on, you're fine. Your body recovers really quickly. I've always said this. And John Shears pops in. Yeah, 428. Yeah, we'll save you guys for probably next week. Next week, you guys will start getting hit up. And as you guys have a schedule and things that you want to talk about your course, John, just hit me up, and I'll get that on next week. But as you guys know, I back-to-back multiple races. I always do, because I do multiple things, multiple disciplines. And I've said this a lot, and I will continue to say it. People always say they're burned out, they're tired, they've trained too much, they've overtrained, and that all does happen. But I just don't buy that you can't prepare from one week into the next. I think your body recovers quicker than you think it does, as long as you get enough sleep, and as long as you just mentally prepare. Physically, it's like right now. I mean, we're Tuesday. I took yesterday off. I did a 30-minute ride, and I went and did some CrossFit. Today, I did a 30-minute ride. I went up and just goofed around at the CrossFit. I didn't really do a full workout. I just did some upper body stuff because that's, I want to talk about more about. I'll have a whole segment. I want to talk about that and why I do that, and why that was important to me, especially during the Ouachita. But I'm fine. I'm fine. I mean, tomorrow I kind of have an off week training wise, but tomorrow if I had to lay down some hard intervals, I'm down. I'm ready to go, even after this weekend. So I'm telling you, your body can recover a lot faster than you give it credit for. So if you feel like you're burned out, you feel like you're tired, it's not your body. I guarantee it's not your body. It's either in your head or it's in your sleep patterns. So I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. Anyway, we'll move on from there. So Peddler's Bash is the last thing we're going to talk about, and some fun stuff we're going to do down there in a couple weeks. So that's the plan. Unless you guys bring something up that needs to be talked about, we'll talk about it. So Brian, Brian, last Heidi was with Lori, and she I think she did the race for her only her first or second time. Normally she does a tour this weekend, but I think you missed the cutoff. But I mean, who cares? I mean, you got all the way to the end, so it's all good. Don Shears, double thumbs up. Thank you. Susan Young, what's happening? Brent Wyerth, my old buddy from Tulsa. We go way back. Lori said, did a practice crit today. Awesome. So see right there, she knocked out last weekend, and she's already doing a practice crit. So she's physically good to go. That's the thing. All right, let's jump into it. So I have a few notes here. As you know, I keep the notes, but I wing a lot of things. So Ouachita Challenge, Odin, Arkansas, just down the road from Mena. And this thing, like I said, this thing's been going on forever. It's kind of turned into this little cult status. It sells out in like 10 minutes. It didn't sell out quite as fast this year, but in the past, I mean, basically, you got to get on and get your thing done the day of registration, or you're going to miss your chance. It is varying different distances, but basically a 60-mile course. And it is a 60-mile course that starts in Odin Schools, where it has for forever. And we jump down a little pavement road with a controlled rollout. And overall, generally, it basically goes from quick paved to really hard gravel, about 8 miles worth. And then I think that 5 miles, I can't remember. Seems like forever. And then you dive into single track, and the single track is the first half of the course is the Ouachita side, which is by far the hardest. It is rocky, technical, gnarly, several super hard climbs. I mean, you kick it right out of the gate with just a bunch of rock gardens and tough gnarly rock sections where, I mean, several of them are hiker bikes. I mean, I rode a lot of them, but still, there were like 4 or 5 times I had to get off and hike because it's just a big rock garden. Renee Hernandez, what's happening? Easter, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. And then, and then you go out, and I mean, gosh, there's several climbs. I can't remember all the climbs, but they're just like crazy. I mean, the first one and the biggest one and the most well-known is, right after Brushy, which is where you have all the fans and you cross the bridge, and that's like the early checkpoint if you need a checkpoint. I think I don't even know how far that in. That's only like maybe 50 miles in, and I mean, at this point you're still feeling pretty good, and and then you cross the highway and immediately go up Blowout Mountain. And, and it's kind of fooling because when you go up Blowout Mountain, it's kind of in two sections. So you got the bottom section, which is super hard, rooty, but it's climbable. I mean, I climbed it the whole thing on my single speed. And then you get a little flat part, you get a little break, and then it's like you can turn this corner to your left, and then boom, it's straight up, and it's just this big, gnarly rock garden. I call it, looks like a bomb blast. It looks like someone just bombed like a whole big bunch of rocks. They're all about this size and just tossed them all on the top of this one mountain. And you've got to ride up all of them. So totally fresh, maybe with gear, it's doable. One dude, Cody, I don't know, Cody from Arkansas area. We rode together for a while. I don't know Cody, but, we talked for a while because we were in each other's space. He had a geared bike and suspension. He rode almost the whole damn thing. A stick got in his way and caused him to get off one time. He got right back on. And, but, most of the rest of us walked it. Less than me, I'm a single speed. So I rode to the bottom and then I fast walked the middle part, and about the top third, I was able to get back on, and I rode the top third of Blowout, and then go on from there. And there's a whole bunch of stuff, and then you hit, I can't even remember where it's at. Then you hit it's called Chalabeat. You guys can, I don't know the pronunciation, but I think that's probably the worst climb on the whole damn course. And you hit a checkpoint off gravel road, which they're always super cool. I grab a banana. Usually that's about all I ever grab there because I carry my own food. And then you immediately go straight up, and it's like you curve your way around this mountain. You curve around. It's like you can't see it, and it's like it looks flat. And you're like, oh, I got it. And as soon as you crest up over the flat, you look up, and you can see freaking riders still way up here. So that means you're about halfway done. And in the past, I've had to walk probably 3/4 of that one. This year, I felt good. My legs were good. My body was good. My nutrition was good. And I walked. I bet I didn't walk an eighth of it. I rode the rest of it. Just a couple of the steepies were just too steep for my gear, and I'd get off. I'd run to that past the steep point, and I'd get right back on, and I'd ride the rest. So knock on wood, Chalabeat did not just kill me. And last year, I could ride that thing. Walking that thing, thinking that my back was going to just kill me walking my bike. So, yeah, a lot of traffic, Jay Black, for sure on the course. Alan Oatsville checked in. Megan Diddy, what's happened? Haven't seen or talked to you in a while, Megan. You need to come back out and ride some bikes. Quit doing that triathlon thing with your husband. Jackson Renshaw, what's up? And then after that, I guess after Chalabeat, there's still some challenges, and this is kind of where I want to go off a little bit on a tangent. And some of you guys have already talked about this, and I'm sure probably some of you guys are sick of me talking about it. But Alan, me too, brother. Right here, we picked it up. We picked it up in Fort Smith because we knew that past Fort Smith headed to where the race was. It's all dry county, so you got to get your beer before you get there. And so the first part of this course that I've been talking about is the Ouachita side, and the back side, the second half, which I'll talk about in a minute, which is it's kind of broken up into two halves. The first side is the Ouachita side. The second half is the Wamba side. The first side is what I'm talking about. Not only do you have these hard climbs, but it's super rocky, super technical. You got a bunch of downhills where you're just like fully clenched. I mean, you're locked in. I mean, your hands are hurting, your fingers are hurting. You feel like you can't even break anymore because I've reached a point in previous races where it's like, I just want to say, screw it. I'm not braking anymore. I'm just going to bomb down this hill. I'm not even going to hit my brake anymore. You think that, but you can't do it, so it's not realistic. But you're thinking that because your forearms and your hands hurt so much from just the pounding that you're taking. And I'm not riding rigid. I mean, I am riding a single speed hardtail, but I mean, I have a fork. I mean, a lot of these guys are riding rigid, so I don't know how they do it. But I mean, you're just upper body's killing you, and in past years, it has been, for me personally, it's been to a point where it has really affected me. I mean, I'm with guys that I'm racing with to this certain point. There's a big, huge, long, rocky downhill section that leads to the gravel road and to the pavement to take you to Sims, which is the halfway point. And for many years, that section has been a really, really critical moment for me. And that moment is that because of my upper body strength, which I don't have a lot of, I'm a really fit guy. I'm just not a super strong upper body guy. That section, that downhill leading to that gravel road and pavement to Sims has been pretty much the stake in my heart. I've been with guys there and they just blow me away on that downhill. And then the recovery it takes me once I get to the gravel, because my hands and my arms hurt so much that then I can't catch up. And pretty much my race is over. I'm not even halfway done. So that was part of my decision. I changed a lot of things with my training this year. And one of the things that I changed was doing some very specific upper body workouts. I do that with CrossFit. I know there's a lot of controversy with that. I don't buy it. I totally in my first post when I logged on this morning or tonight, and that's where I do my CrossFit. In fact, I went down and did just kind of my own workout tonight with the crew, even though tonight's really not my CrossFit day. But the upper body stuff and the bar workouts and the hand workouts and all the things that we do with bars and upper body things, yes, that's definitely helping me as well. But it significantly improved the ability for me to handle my body, endure pain, endure the beating that the Ouachita gives you. So I can't say enough about that. And so for any of you guys and gals out there, and in fact, I know one particular that I talked to, one friend of mine from Tulsa. I'm not going to name drop, but DNF. And when I talked to him afterwards, it was because of a hand issue. It was because his hands hurt so bad from the downhills. Nothing there. So I'm telling you, there are ways to solve that, and I think I've somewhat found a way to not really solve it, but at least take the edge off and at least allow your body to perform better than it has in the past. And I'm no spring chicken. So if I can do it at my age, you can do it at yours. So let's see who else joined in here. Dude, yeah, Womble, Brandon Malott says, dude, the Womble was a ripper this year. They've been working on that trail. It was the main reason your time guaranteed. Hey, I'm telling you what, I have to second that, Brandon. I love that section of trail, and it was clean. And I have to admit, I had a super good day on that section. Once I got past, I struggled hard on the, I don't know what the second climb is, but there's Malden Mountain, and there's another climb exactly like Malden. It's just not quite as long. I mean, it's the same big cut and the same switchback at the top. I don't know if it has a name, but there's two of those. And I struggled hard on those two climbs. But once I cleaned those two climbs, man, the rest of that was, I basically did cross-country pace for an hour and a half after that. So I agree. That Womble was just beautiful this weekend. Tom Moritz joined. Jumped. Little Stan, what's happening? Jay Black, the downhills are the only segments I've PR'd this year. That's because you're an animal on the downhills, Jay Black. You're always crazy downhill. Cody Pollard joined. What's happening to Cody Pollard? I got to ride with Cody briefly. Took me forever to finally bridge up to a group of guys, and darned if one of those guys right at the very end wasn't Cody Pollard. So we hung together for a while. Jeffries, is this a downhill by the fence that has the baby skulls? Tommy, I think we're talking about two different things. I think you're talking about the Cat 3 course at Medicine Park, and I'm talking about the Ouachita Challenge. So the baby section that you're talking about, the fence, is like a highway compared to the Ouachita Trail. I don't even flinch over there at the fence on the Cat 3 course. Cody Pollard, they all suck. Cody, I was telling somebody, hey, so don't take this the wrong way. This is totally funny, Cody. So I came up behind you, and it took me a little while, now that you cut your hair, and and you guys have the new kit, so I didn't really recognize that it was you. I swear you ride very similarly to Heath Arney, which is humorous because you guys are both from Tulsa and you both ride for Fat Tire. And I told somebody, I said it looked like from behind when you were riding, it looks like you're fighting with your bike, dude. It's like, man, you're just like, you're just like all over, and everybody's smooth, and it's like looks like you're just wrestling with your bike to force it to go do what you want it to do. So yeah, I just thought it was funny. Tom, yes, for sure. You need your down it. Yeah, you need your bike. You need your intense bike. So anyway, so that was the plug that I wanted to get. I want to give a plug for I know a lot of mountain bikers talk down to CrossFit, talking about injuries and stuff like that. But I don't care if it's CrossFit or whatever. I can't stress enough how much you need to work your body out in a non-cycling way to improve your cycling. And I've hesitated to do that for many, many years just because I'm not a strong guy. I'm thin, so going to the weight room and going and doing things like that's very difficult for me. I'm not comfortable in that environment. But I would thank my Oberly crew for, welcoming me in and making me not feel uncomfortable. And now I love going down there. Just like today, I went down there. I was supposed to be bike riding. I went down there and just stopped in. The garage was open and figured, said, what the hell? I was supposed to do something. So I just stopped in and did a little workout just because I was in the neighborhood riding my bike. So love those guys. And I hope that you can find an environment like that. And I think that you need to find an environment like that if you want to continue to improve your cycling. So, all right. Cody, yeah. Yeah, we were all at that point then. I still felt okay, but when I saw you, but when I was behind you, Cody, in the single track, right before we got out to the double track, it was like I was fighting 3 cramps all at one time. It was like I had a right tricep that was trying to cramp, and I was like, man, I hope I don't have to stand up and really mash because if I do, it's going to cramp. And it was like I had a left quad, and then I had a right calf. It's like all 3 of those muscles were just like, it's like, I want to cramp. Hey, don't push me. And then we finally got out to that road. Man, I was so glad to get out to that road, even though I knew we had Puke Hill ahead of us. At least you can control the efforts on the road. So those are what's happening. Alrighty. I don't think there's been any comments too much that I've missed. So Ouachita was awesome. Man, I saw so many friends that I haven't seen in a while. Saw a ton of my Arkansas crew, a few from Kansas. Man, I don't know. I just see a lot of people. Saw our Texas boys. Unfortunately, we didn't get to do Bacon Creek because they decided to do it on Saturday instead of Sunday, which is awesome because they wanted to give a little taste of Bacon Creek to the tour ride on Saturday. That was Brian and our crew. Brian wears the bacon dress, and yeah, so it's awesome. They have like the hammock above the trail, and they have like the flamingo on the trail. And I think Mike Frazier was actually, I think it was a picture of him actually sitting in the little blow up flamingo thing in the creek, which was awesome. And they were doing, I don't know what all they did, but in the past they've done bacon hand-ups, they've done fireball, and they've done beer hand-ups. So it's awesome. It's right there past the, it's just as you enter the Womble Trail past the first halfway checkpoint at the parking lot. And so love those guys, and that's always awesome to see. But I got to see them, thankfully at least. So, tons of Oklahomans. We all go down there. And in fact, I think, Brandon Malotz checked in. Brandon took the overall win. And then we went. We sort of kind of went all Oklahoman on the single speed podium. Texas. So Big Tex, we call him Big Tex because he's technically from Texas. He lives in Iowa Park up by Wichita Falls, but he rides for our team. So he's kind of a nominated Oklahoman, even though he's technically lives in Texas. But he took the overall single speed win, and I took second place. And then my buddy Chris Rogers took third. So, Oklahoma came, and we don't play like usual. So we usually have quite a few people up there in the top positions, and once again we proved that just because Oklahoma's flat doesn't mean we can't ride bikes. So let's see. Check my notes here. I don't have my glasses on, so I kind of got to telescope it a tad bit. Yeah, so I guess I just want to finish up. So we're at 31. I'm going to go ahead and finish up here because we got quite a few things to talk about. But yeah, so at that point, the rest of the course was fast. You hit the checkpoint. The wall on both sides of the second half, it was fast. You double hit the last checkpoint. As you go around Gaston Mountain, you swoop around that, you hit North Fork, and then once you hit North Fork, one last little bit of single track, and you dump out the gravel. Puke Hill is a nasty hill that takes you right back up to the last checkpoint, and then from there it's just you're out to finish on the gravel road. So 60-ish miles, 63 to 6,500 feet of climbing. I think I averaged 11 miles an hour or something like that. I did it in 5:15, which is a PR for me. Yeah, I was super stoked. I had a good day. I felt good all day. It hurt me. I didn't feel great, but I didn't feel like I was going to die, which is the key for the Ouachita. And felt like I needed a walker to get around yesterday at work, but other than that, that's okay. Today I feel pretty good. So, yeah, it was a good day at the office for me. And the Bike Lab team, we had several up there. We had several. We had a handful. We had, Jay Black, he's on here. Schmitty, Stephen Schmidt, our buddy, he was up there. And John Denton got a last-minute entry from Desiree, and he got in. Had a good day. In fact, I think Smitty, John, and Jeremy all finished within the same time frame. Jeremy's a little bit behind, but I think he had some handles, spokes and flat. Still did good. Danny Murphy was also there, and I think he had a tough day at the office. His training's not quite there, and I think he had a crash early on with some traffic that stopped in the trail. And then a new member for us is Benjamin Miller. And Ben had a good day. Ben finished just a few minutes behind me, and he's riding open. He's also riding 44.9. So super stoked. So good team. Big props to Julie Denton and Desiree White. Both of those gals managed to feed us. So there's a couple 3 places you can get feeds. But mainly most of us only planned for one, but they ended up being at 2 or 3 different places just for convenience. It was awesome. I got bikes, got chain lube, got food, nutrition. Awesome. So big props to those two. I want to say thanks for handling that for us. Makes a big long race like that when you're out 63 miles and you're trying to carry all your stuff. So thank you. Jeremy says I fared better than my bike. Yeah, that's true. You did. So just little bruise, here and there, and but you're gonna have to get that wheel rebuilt now. I guarantee all those spoke nipples are all corroded like mine were. Very different after what's happening. Eric Wild, Pat Shanks, Kyle Beckel. Glad to have you guys. So I'm going to wrap Ouachita. I'm 35 minutes in, so if I don't start knocking some stuff out, we're going to go forever. Again, you guys have questions, comments, pop in. So okay, we're going to get right into the full dozen. This weekend is away. Several of you guys are taking off work to go free-ride. You guys I haven't looked at the forecast today, but I looked at the forecast yesterday. Hey, Joshua Snyder, what's happening? Hey, I saw you finish right in front of me today, or right in front of me yesterday. So I didn't get a chance to talk to you at Ouachita. I saw you from afar, and then I saw your results. But good job, Joshua. Yeah, that was a great result. Still need to come up and ride your trails up in Poto. Just can't make that happen. I got to get an off weekend sometime. Fool's dozen. Tour de Dirt. Next stop. Next weekend. Trying to decide what order I want to go in, what I want to do. I'm going to go right straight to it. So I'll give you the layout for the weekend here in just a second. But the first thing that I'll talk about Fool's dozen coming weekend, we've had a little bit of an issue. And this morning between our crew and the official Tom and myself and everybody involved, we've knocked out a solution and come to an agreement, and we are going to change the Cat 1 and Cat 2 course. The reason we're going to do this is because we got the notification this morning that the bridge across the dam that the Cat 1s and Cat 2s use to get over to the west side, the Cat 3 side, we did not get permission to use that. They told us no. So we didn't expect that. In the past, they've been very good, even with construction, even with repairs and things like that. They've blocked that off for the weekend and allowed us access. This year, they did not. So we have, had to go to the drawing board and come up and decide what we wanted to do. Good stuff. And I think we came up with a good solution, a solution that I agree with, and in fact, a solution that that I helped suggest. So if you have a problem with the Cat 1-2 course, I guess you can blame me. I'll take that. But we are going to keep the Cat. First of all, let me say that the Cat 3 course, the staging, the start finish for podiums and the kids court, it's all still going to be in the same place. Nothing's changed there. We're still all going to meet. We're still all going to stage. We're all going to hang out near the kids cup in the parking lot across the bridge, and that is where the Cat 3 course, the Cat 3 race, the Cat 3 everything's all on as it is, exactly the same. No difference there. So the only change that we're going to have to make is with the Cat 1 and 2 course. So we're going to do it just like last year. We're going to have a kind of just a neutral rollout. We're all going to meet and we're going to say, hey, okay, now let's roll out, and we're going to go to bus camp. We're going to go across the bridge. Excuse me. We're going to follow the officials and follow the car. We're going to go over there and we're going to go to bus camp, which is on Mary Circle, just like the F5. We're going to stage, do all the staging and all the name calling and things of that nature there, just like last year, and we're going to start there. The difference is we're going to modify the course now. We're going to keep everybody on the east side. We're not going to go across the dam. We're not going to go over and do the Cat 3 course. We're going to do everything on the east side. And we've worked out a course that is absolutely fully rideable. In fact, as I'm thinking through this course, there's only about there's only about 2 places that I can see that are going to be really, really difficult to ride. And mainly that's just because it's hard. It's like a hard climb. That's nothing scary. All of this is totally rideable. And that's what we're going to do. We're looking at probably 3 laps, possibility of a 4th lap because it's a shorter loop. But what we're going to do is we're going to start down at bus camp. We're going to blaze straight up the double track. Normally at the top of the double track, we take a right-hander and we enter those switchbacks and we start climbing our way up to Bear Mountain. We're not going to do that this year. We're going to go straight over the double track, straight down the double track. And on the back side of that is the old junkyard. We're going to get permission to cut through there. And we're going to cut through there and we're going to pop out to the road. And we're going to climb up to the dam, which we normally use to cross over to get to the Cat 3 side, up to the ranger station. From that ranger station, we're then going to jump into the single track, and we're going to take a single track all the way around. It's going to be Upper North Ridge. That's a yellow. And we're going to take that towards the tower, which is going to be to the east. And we're going to be climbing and, several, things there. We're going to turn around on Highlander when that gets there, and we're going to start working our way back to the west. And then we're going to jump down on Cactus Alley. We're going to cross over the main road, and then we're going to go up to the bench. And at that point, we're going to cross the road, which is going to be south, which is going to be closer to Bear Mountain. We're going to do the Black Trail. We're going to go out to the crag, and then we're going to dump down Itchy Scratchy, just like the F5, if you guys did the F5. And then we're going to, at that point, the official will be down there at bus camp. And you're going to hit bus camp, boom, straight back up the double track, repeat, and you're going to do another lap. So I don't know the exact distance, but I think we're looking at 4-ish miles. We had somebody out on that today, and they knocked out a 33-minute lap. So there you go. That's what we're looking at. So that's the change. Everything is the same except the Cat 1 and Cat 2. And we're going to finish at bus camp. We will not finish at the Kids Cup short track. We're going to finish at bus camp after the downhill of Itchy Scratchy. So if you have questions or comments, definitely hit me up. Definitely hit the Medicine Park folks up. But that's what we're going to do, and that's really, that's a big change, but it's a small change because the majority of everything is going to work just like it did last year. So Rich joined. What's happening, Richie? Angela, Clint Locke, Jetty Harrison, Lindsay Malott joined, as well as Brandon. Of course, Brandon's probably busy because I've been talking a long time. So Tom Euglin joined. Tom and our officials joined. What's happening, guys? So if there's any questions or comments about what I just said about the Cat 1-2 course, then let me know, and we'll get after it. So I'm going to move on. So that's the big news for Medicine Park. It's going to go great. Honestly, I'm telling you, I really do for the Cat 1 and 2. I love this course. Like I said, outside of a couple of areas that are hard because of climbing, there's nothing scary. It's hard, but it's totally rideable. Totally rideable. Okay, so let's get an itinerary for this weekend. This is going to be a fun weekend. If you guys can cut out early, you need to cut out early. Cut out early. I'm telling you right now. I got a comp time. I'm getting paid out of it, and then I'm still going to have like 20 hours left. I'm cutting out Friday because I say that confidently now, and then shit's going to happen. And of course, I probably won't be able to cut out early, but Friday. Not really happening during the day, so all I have to do is get there that evening. And Basically, the night ride starts when it gets dark, and there's a video on that. So go out of Facebook. You can see the video of Steve and the boys talking. So we're doing a night ride, leaving from base camp, and it's going to start about the time it starts to get dark. So as you hit dusk, it's not dark, it's dusk. Start showing up at base camp, hanging out, and then when it gets dark, we're going to take off. Just a little cruise around town. There'll probably be some beer stash somewhere, and we'll have a stop, and it's just going to be fun. It's easy. It's not anything big. I mean, last year I didn't even wear a helmet, had lights on, of course, carried a backpack, and it's just fun. It's just goofing off. It's a blast. It's super cool. And then hang around, and Hosty's playing. It's Tavern. Hosty plays there every year, and he's unbelievable. If you guys are not Hosty, then you need to. Super great time. What's cool about it is it's Friday. There's no race on Saturday. There's a lot of stuff going on Saturday that you don't have to, so you can hang out, stay up late Friday, and just take care of your body on Saturday and be ready to race on Sunday. So Saturday, let me get this list here. I'm going to get my glasses on for this list. So there's quite a few things going on Saturday if you choose to take them all. So first and foremost, there is going to be at 9 a.m. on Saturday morning, there is a trail run. It's free. I would assume that it starts at base camp or maybe in front of the fire station. Somebody that knows can pop in here and tell me. It is a 5K. So 9 o'clock trail run, free 5K. Probably base camp, probably in front of base camp or the fire station. I'm not sure who's hosting that. Okay, all day long, starting from 9 o'clock all the way to 4. Get on Facebook, get on Strava, find the Strava courses. In addition, I'm sure on Saturday there are going to be plenty of people taking, talking about that. I know that there's someone. I know that they've already got some videos out. There's some of their friends that are doing hauling people up to the downhills, up to Kai Canyon. Our good buddy Kai Cordes here has created his own trail, and he's got this could be the highest canyon debut part of the downhill, and so there will be some shuttles throughout the day, but just be down there, talk to people, find out. You'll figure it out. But anyway, 9 to 4, the downhill Strava. So go out there from 9 to 4 whenever, as many times as you want. Do it, knock it out, and then they will at 4:10 they'll have some awards for that. They'll sit down between 4 and 4:10, and they will look at Strava, and they'll look at the times. They'll see who got the fastest, and they will do some awards for that. So there's all kinds of little little gift cards and things like that. And don't exactly know what, but anyway, yeah, cool stuff, fun stuff. So while that's going on, also at 9:30. So a lot of things are happening at 9:30 early in the morning. At 9:30, 9 is the normal mountain bike time that the mountain bike crew at Edison Park releases. But they're going to leave at 9:30. That way, it can give everybody time to gather up, and they can get it organized. And they're going to do a guided mountain bike ride for beginners, Cat 3s, at 9:30. So if you're a Cat 3 and you want to tour the Cat 3 course, this is perfect. You show up, you're going to get a guided tour by the locals, and they're going to take you and show you the trail, and they'll take time and stop and show sections, and probably you can rewrite sections if you want help. And this is a perfect time for all of you guys that aren't familiar with the course, or even maybe you've only been on a couple times and want to go on a guided tour and ride with the group. 9:30 base camp, be there. Cat 3 course guided tour. So if you want a little bit more, or here's what's perfect about this. So at 10 o'clock, there is a hike. Okay, so let's say that you got a significant other and they want to go do their mountain bike thing, and it's not your thing, and you've got the kiddos, and once you go do a hike, it's just up the road. At the it's gonna so if you're driving in, on the south side of the road as you're driving in up on the hill, you'll see the aquarium. There's signs for it there, and that's where the fish trail is at. The fish trail is a trail that we ride on. It's in that area. That's exactly right, Angela. Angela just popped in and said the hike meets at the fish trail, and it's going to be 10 o'clock start. It's a guided hike, so bring the kids. If you're, you got people that are doing stuff that are, it's not your thing and you want something to go do, this is perfect. So, go do this. If you do the hike, you also get a $5 off certificate, or you get $5 off if you want to go visit the aquarium. So they have an aquarium there, and that by attending this hike, you will get $5 off the entry fee for a ticket to go to the aquarium. So highly recommend that. Be a great hike. It's a fun trail. In addition, you get $5 off. You may want to, as soon as you finish, go take a little tour of the aquarium. So who knows? Good stuff. 410, I did mention that will be the awards. So we're going to kind of have a back-to-back here, which is really, really fun. So basically at 4 o'clock, you guys need to meet back at base camp. That's just what you need to do. You need to be there at base camp at 4 o'clock. That's going to be the hangout. That's where we're all going to be. We're all going to be drinking some beers. We're going to do the 410 awards for the Strava downhill. But more importantly, Angela Cordes and her crew are going to have at 4:30 a beer tasting contest. 2nd annual. They did it last year. It was awesome. Great success. A lot of fun. I suck poorly at it because I can't recognize one beer from the next because I drink shit beer. But, anyway. Oh, look at that. Angela just posted. She says, not only are we going to have the beer tasting competition, she made trophies this year for the beer tasting contest. So you're going to get a special trophy made by Angela Cordes. How cool is that? So I don't know. I may have to get some inside information so that I can taste better. I don't know. I'm a poor beer tester. So anyway, 4 o'clock at base camp. That way you can be there for the 410 awards, but more importantly, you can be there for the 4:30 beer tasting contest. That's a blast. And that pretty much is going to sum up Saturday. I mean, there's going to be a lot of hanging out after that and still a lot of people riding, but that's the full day. So, all right. Welcome, Kevin Caldwell. Welcome, Sean Dunn. Sean Dunn, good job this weekend. Saw your name out there. I didn't get a chance to see you, but I saw your name on the board. Darren Hall, what's happening? Jennifer, I'm going back and reading my comments. Jennifer Black. I don't know exactly yet on the number of laps for the Cat 1-2. We will decide that over the next day or two. One of the riders went out and did a lap time for us today, and that kind of gives me a ballpark. Right now, I'm leaning towards 3 laps for the 40 to 49 men, as well as the 19 to 39 men. Probably 2 laps for everybody else. But if those times change significantly downward, then we may bump that up. It may be 4 laps and 3 laps. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to try to get out there probably by Thursday. I may go out Thursday and try to get a lap out there, Jennifer. And if I do, then we'll definitely have an answer for that. But we'll get that information on lap times out there. All right. Brandon Irby checked in. What's happening? Heath Arning, what's happening, brother? You've been cooking. I saw your Facebook post earlier. I haven't seen you. So, all right. Well, that's the Saturday. So, yeah. So if you guys are going to be able to take some time off, you definitely need to skate out early and get down to Medicine Park. Hang out, camp. Primitive camping at the Kids Cup course. If you need hookups or you need showers, probably the most likely place is going to be around the corner. Lake Watonka. I think there's a post out on the Tour de Dirt page. Someone asked that earlier, so you can go out. There's a link out there. Mountain Bike Club of the Wichita has already hooked you up with a link. Sunday's race day. So, boom. that's it. Sunday we know what to do. I've already talked about the course. Cat 3 is the same. Cat 1, 2, new course. Number of laps to be determined for the 1-2s. And yeah, that's it. So it's going to be a blast. Going to be fun. Weather's looking good. There's still some chance of rain, but they're small. Honestly, at those chances, I don't even flinch at that, especially considering it's going to be warm. So, yeah, I'm actually going to be able to feel all my body parts. So, which has been, not been the case in pretty much almost every race that we've done in the past 2 months. So, all right, I'm moving on. I'm only going to talk about this lightly. So I'm going to talk about my next up and coming event lightly. While I'm doing that, if you guys have any questions, comments, things of that nature, you better toss them out there, because I'm gonna go back and pick those up, and I'm not going to be rolling very long. So yeah, so if you have things, like I said, things to say, questions, comments, whatever you want me to talk about, you better get them out there. So, as I've laughed about forever, or, not forever, but over the last several weeks, and I mentioned when I first rolled into this has been probably the hardest racing block that I've done in years. And, there are some courses that you can race, and you can race, and you can race, and you can race. And it's really funny when Land Run 100 is probably one of the least stressful races on your body that you can do. And that's telling you how rough the block has been. So many of you have done the same block. Many of you have not. We've knocked out Land Run, Claremore, Ouachita, fixing to go do Fool's Dozen. These back to back between Claremore, Ouachita, and I'm just blanking. Claremore, Ouachita, and and upcoming Fool's Dozen. These are probably 3 of the physically most demanding courses that there are. Back to back to back. So it's amazing, and of those 3, my body felt better after Land Run, after 100 miles of gravel. So we're going to roll into, Medicine Park next week, and we'll see how that goes. But we don't get to finish there, because guess what? Many of us are rolling straight over to Arkansas for a really, really super cool event. Our buddy Kevin and all the people at Fat Tire and Peddlers. I don't even think it's Fat Tire. I think it's all Kevin and Peddlers Pub and it's Peddlers Bash, because it's Peddlers Pub that's really putting this thing on. Honestly, I assume there's other restaurants in Bentonville. I don't know. I never really check them out. We all, there's a coffee shop we go to, but hell, for the most part, I think pretty much we eat every single meal at Peddler's Pub, because it's just the place to go. Where else do you want to go? So the race stage is there. It's Peddler's Bash. It's a marathon, 50-ish miles. I'm not even sure the distance. I don't know, 50-ish, something like that. I don't know. But it's a great race. It's fun. There's some pretty solid climbing, but yeah, it's a blast. For me, it's kind of a one-off, because it's a hard race. It's great training, but it's low stress, super, super low stress. Whereas for me, like Ouachita last weekend's high stress, because it's going to beat you up, and that you have to really be focused to come out with without getting hurt and crashing. But Peddlers is super fun, great course. You start out at Peddlers Pub, a little neutral rollout. I don't exactly know the course this year. I did talk to some of them. They're going to change it up somewhat, because the start was a little sketch last year. Usually Crystal Bridges Road area, and then they dump you into Slaughter pen, do a little bit of that. Bike path over to Blowing Springs. Immediately enter back 40, do a crap ton of back 40, which is awesome. Start working your way back, bike path back to Blowing Springs, finish Blowing Springs, bike path, and then bike path back over to Slaughter Pen, finish up Slaughter Pen with Bush Push, and kick you out, and you do some single track and some fun stuff there all the way back to the finish, which finishes just on the outskirts of the downtown area of Bentonville. You won't finish back at Peddler's Pub just because you don't want to be racing downtown. And then you just cruise back to Peddler's Pub for food and beers and entertainment and awards, and it's just a hell of a time. Yeah, it's so fun. It's such a good event. Love hanging out with Kevin and all his crew at Peddler's Pub. I mean, that's, like I said, that's our favorite place. I mean, I don't even go anyplace else. So, and the cool thing about that is that it is on Saturday. So, we usually don't get too many Saturday events. We are staying Saturday and Sunday. We're staying Saturday night. So we're going to hang out and drink beer and enjoy the festivities on Saturday at Peddler's Pub. Then we're going to go back and hang out at our Airbnb. And then we're going to go ride Sunday. So now we don't have an exact plan. So if you guys are up for this, hit me up. Right now, we are looking at possibly doing what's called the Tour de Core. And so I don't know if it's an official event anymore or not, but we may just one-off it and make one up ourselves. But Core Brewing has 5 locations in the Fayetteville, Springdale, Bentonville area. So we are actually thinking about riding our bike Sunday on the bike path all the way to Fayetteville, stopping at all the different breweries on the way back, and then finishing up at the Core Brewing at Bentonville. So we haven't quite got that worked out, but that's our plan. So that's what we're going to do Sunday before we drive home. So anyway, sounds like fun. And that's our plan. So if you guys have not done Peddler's Bash, you're looking for a little marathon and looking for some good training, it's a great race to do. It's super fun. Like I said, for us, I mean, for me personally, it's just something about that event. It's just super low key. Even though it's a hard event, you're still going to go out and race, and you're going to go out and, just thrash yourself. The stress level is super low. The fun level and the stoke level is super high. You just got to go do it. So David Stark says you missed a cold and windy cycling for scouts. So yeah, David. So yeah, I know. Sorry, bud. You're right. We did. I know you guys were, out there doing that at Enid, and bummed that we missed that. But I'd talked to you earlier, and we had when we were out there doing that Ouachita, pretty much broke our schedule for that one. Kevin Caldwell also says Oklahoma Flyers start back up at OKC 6:45 p.m. on Friday, so that's awesome. If you guys create an event page or anything like that for the Flyers, you have something for that, Kevin, definitely toss that link out here. Oklahoma Flyers, I guess it's kind of the Oklahoma City version. We also have the Tulsa version, and what the Oklahoma City Flyers in both places are doing is just absolutely awesome. You come to our events and you see some of these young kids. Not only are they showing up and racing, but they're showing up, and I mean, these kids are good. The kids are good. They're getting great leadership. They're getting help from all different sources, and they're loving it. They're having a great time, and it just shows. I mean, just pure joy, and so it's awesome. So anyway, so Kevin said that the Oklahoma Flyers OKC version kicking up Friday 6:45 at Skip, and that's the Midwest City Trail. You can just Google Facebook for Oklahoma Flyers OKC. You'll find the link, and it'll have all the the event and the information, the location, and all that. So I know last year we were doing that at Bluff Creek, and we were having 30, 40, 50 kids out there. So it's all good, all awesome, and yeah, anything we can do to support that, and I love that. So awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Kevin. Stephen Cordes pops in and says, of course you're going to do the brewery ride while I'm in California. Yeah, I know, right? But you guys are going to be out there in California, sunny Cali, sea otter, doing your thing and having a blast. So I don't know. I'm not going to feel too bad for you, really. I mean, come on. For sure, David Starks, next year, man. I tell you what, you get that thing on the calendar, and definitely make it, put it in my face so that I know, but we'll see. We'd love to try to get Enid going again. I mean, for a while there, we had quite a few places and trips up there, and we need to get you guys rolling. David, I definitely want to make a heads up. I definitely think that you need to get linked in with some of the Facebook pages in Kansas. So my boys, Joshua Potts and all you guys out in Kansas, you guys, Quincy and Amber Simon, Corey Lies, all you guys that are, a handful of you guys in Kansas, you definitely need to get linked up with David Starks. I will try to link you guys up. And David, you need to contact those people that I mentioned, and like I said, I'll try to link you up. They're all people that have various, cycling experiences in Kansas. The reason I say that is because Enid is a great shot straight from Kansas. It's probably easier for the Kansas folk to get there, especially like in the Wichita area, than it is for even me in Oklahoma City, Tulsa. So you definitely, I think you could pull a lot of those people your way as well too. So Joshua Potts, I was just talking about you, brother. Yeah, Kevin, now exactly right, and I think that's a great plan. Kevin Caldwell just says move the Oklahoma Flyers OKC to Skip, which is in Midwest City, due to congestion at Bluff. Perfect venue for Flyers juniors, and I totally agree with that because Bluff has just gotten to the point where, I don't know. I know a lot of people love Bluff, but I can't stand riding there just because there's too many people. There's too much traffic. So, it's okay and it's fun. It's great and it serves its purpose, but it's not my thing. So, I think Skip would be great because it would give them a chance to ride. The trail's pretty easy. Give them a place to learn and in a controlled environment. So I think that's awesome, Kevin. I love what you guys are doing. And as you guys progress, just keep me in the loop and keep the True to Dirt in the loop, and we'll do what we can to help you guys. Love seeing the juniors and the young kids in there. So Justin Boone joined. What's happening, Justin Boone? Are you another Texas guy? So Kevin says, plus the dogs are vicious and love. That's an inside joke. So yeah, well, not an inside joke, but Kevin got bit by a dog out there, so. That's highly unusual, but, Kevin's the one that happened to, so. Okay. Minute 8, not terrible. Let's see. I'm going to scroll up, make sure I haven't missed anything. I don't think I did. I think I've been on track. All right. Well, unless you guys sneak anything in the last in the next 30 seconds or so, I'm probably going to go ahead and call it. So Kevin says run away. Carolyn Fairless joined. Carolyn, I'm fixing to dodge out. So sorry you joined, but you can watch the replay. The replays are fun. Hey, again, I want a reminder. Let me see if I can. Let's see if I can find it real quick while I'm talking. A quick reminder that I have a YouTube account, and I put all these up on my YouTube channel. trying to get that YouTube channel now, and it's not happening, of course. I was going to copy and paste it. Well, I'll copy and paste it in here shortly. It's not working right now. So, but yeah, so I'll upload all of these. I do a variety of videos. I don't know. I don't do a whole variety. I'm hoping to do some more, but I do all the Wizard updates. I just do some random, Facebook Live stuff. I do, a few things here, when I'm just out doing stuff, and I upload all those to my YouTube channel. I know a lot of people aren't on Facebook, so I put it on my YouTube as well. And I don't know if you're, I just started doing videos for work, and I dumped them all out on the same channel too. So if you're interested in some tech tips, well, jump out there and get those too. I know you guys aren't all into that, but there will be some IT tips out there as well. So again, all on my YouTube channel. I will post that here in a jiffy because it's not coming up quickly enough for me on my other page. And yeah, so anyway, I'll post it on here later. So come check out my YouTube. We'll be good. All right. Another weekly Wizard update. Oh, hey, I want to toss this out here. Last thing. I'm going to toss this out here as a last minute question. I'll probably toss this out as a Turtle just thread in general. Pretty much right now, a lot of people are starting to do. The weather's getting nice. Wheeler crit is really kicking it. And I know a lot of people like to do Wheeler crit. As soon as summer gets here and I can get there, I plan on doing several of those as well too. What would you guys think about moving this to Wednesday? I'm contemplating that so that I don't conflict with Tuesday night. I know it conflicts with church, but I don't know. So let me know. I'm contemplating moving this temporarily through Wheeler crit through summer, possibly. With summer, I'll probably take a break from this anyway during the True break. But contemplating moving it to Wednesday. I don't know. Up to you. Is Tuesday good? Wednesday good? Let me know. So, all right. I'm out. See you guys.